Alright, what's up guys? It's Mike, Two Sons Racing with Project Luis, the 3000 GT, VR4, 3.8 liter, swap conversion monster. So my aluminum elbows came in today from Jiangbu fucking China. They're nice, they're cast aluminum, they're relatively cheap. You can definitely tell that these are cast aluminum. I have these really badass from Built Bottom End Performance. It was a guy, he had, I don't even think that it was his company. I think he had them because it was a weird like eBay auction where they had just like a bunch of random shit, and they had 7 of these V-band connectors, 2.5-inch V-band connectors with the O-rings and all that good shit. So there's 7. I bought the 7, and so now I'm trying to figure out, do I cut this elbow down and weld it on, oh excuse me, just had dinner, weld it on straight, and that's how it's going to live its life. And then pop the V-band on the end here, and then just deal with that with the piping and the routing. I know there's a lot that has to go into it. First I have to make the manifolds for it. The junk wastegate's going away. These housings are going to get replaced with Bullseye Performance, if I can still find them, just regular cast stainless housings. I believe they're stainless. It might be steel. With the wastegate delete and all that, so it shaves a couple pounds off here and just this junk iron. And then obviously this thing's getting a full rebuild. That's gone. That's going to be V-band in the rear. I've got the plates for it already. That's getting changed. This has gone away. This is going to get shaved down. I'm going to leave the placard just because I like it. Really nice turbo, actually. Only paid like, I think 180 shipped for it. This is the second one. The other one's in a box of parts. So yeah, because I can also, this is all this beautiful flange and nice and thick right there at the lip, hard to see. I can shave this flat, grind the outside, and then I can just drop this down, and again have a V-band there, cut this way down potentially, and then still have almost the same height but now a V-band, so this is adjustable, and then have another V-band at the front of this. But if I do that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 V-bands right there on these quick connects. So that means I'm gonna have to super duper minimize my piping. Now these are 2.5, so realistically I would need from turbos A and B, down, or in this case probably going to go back across the front of the motor down to the intercooler. The other one's going to probably go forward and down to that bottom portion of the intercooler. They're going to feed through the bottom, probably do a top out, and then cross over one of the directions, probably to the right of the engine bay, left as you're looking at it, and then come back through and up, because it's going to go into the intake, which is, what are we looking at, like 80 millimeter throttle body, I think is what it's going to be when it's all said and done. So yeah, just trying to figure out what's up, figuring out if I can use all 7 of these, maybe an 8th one. I want to minimize how many connections there are on the piping. I want to have like one big ass pipe here, one big ass pipe here, V-bands down there, just to minimize where it's going to leak. I also have to take into account flex on the motor, because right now I only have polyurethane mounts, which will still flex a little. And if all of these are solid, then I'm going to have to make sure the intercooler itself is flexible. That way if the motor does move at all and the piping moves, it's not going to crack any of the tubing. That's the only real disadvantage I ever see about running like solid connections like this. is what happens if it all flexes and you start cracking your welds, or you just start cracking piping or anything like that. So just a little update, trying to do these every day now. That way we're still making progress, guys. Later.